So if this is your first time visiting our channel, this is the Hey Charlie Cooking Channel, and today I will be making a delicious copycat version of Panera Bread's butternut squash soup. So as you can see, I am actually cutting up a few pieces of squash into chunks and adding them to my stock pot. So you can just kind of put them in quarters. And then I'm going to add my chicken broth. I'm going to be adding 4 cups of water to my stock pot. So the ingredients that I'm using today for my butternut squash is rosemary, thyme, a little turmeric, some smoked sea salt, a little garlic powder, a little 𝐁𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿, a little onion powder, a little smoked paprika, of course my favorite chef Paul put on. I have a little 𝐉𝐔𝐷𝐿 seasoning, and for a little nutty taste I decided to add some ground nutmeg, and then of course you guys know the ginger, the Holy Grail. Okay, so over in my pot, I've already cut up and prepared my blocks of butternut squash, and I'll be adding a little bit of olive oil, just a little, and I'm going to start adding my seasonings in. So this is a combination of my garlic powder and my onion powder. I like for mine to be really, really tasty. I don't really like a bland butternut squash. Then I'll be adding my Creole seasonings. And then this is my turmeric, which is give it a little bit more color, and my smoked paprika. And then we've got a little bit of ginger and some nutmeg in here for that little bit of nutty taste. Last but not least, I have some rosemary and some thyme. And when this gets to a nice boil, I will be adding this to my blender, and then we'll be having this blended up really nice, and we'll go from there. Okay. There you have it. I'm going to give this a good little stir. You can see all those robust seasonings and the flavors coming through. Oh my God, it hasn't even started. And it smells so good already. So wonderful. Butternut squash soup. You guys are going to love this. And you guys have already seen that I was able to kind of get this down to the consistency that I wanted. It's got all those deliciousness of herbs in there. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding this into my food processor. I always wonder how they make this soup. So I decided to come home and try to make it myself because it's so darn expensive for a little cup. I think you get a small little cup like this for $6 when you can take a squash about that size and get maybe several cups out of it. Alright, so in is the squash. Next I'm going to add some butter. Butter in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of cream cheese just for some texture. Cheese. And you want softened cream cheese, of course. So just kind of mix that a little bit. I would use heavy cream. So because I'm using cream cheese, that's going to help balance out the texture of it. So if I had to eyeball this, I would say probably a 1/4 cup of half and half. Next, I'm going to add a dash of ground nutmeg. You guys know what's the key? Yep. Ginger. So I'm going to put a little ginger in there. And then for me, I'm going to kick it off with a little bit of smoked paprika. Alright. So make sure that's nice and blended. So I'm going to get this started. I'm going to actually add a little bit more because I can tell, because I've refrigerated this, it's a little stiff for me. So I'm going to add just a little bit more, half and half, just to give it the silkiness that I want. Gotta be silky. All right. Look at this real quick, and just from the looks of it, I can tell it's going to need some more half and half. It's a little too thick for me, but the consistency looks not too bad. The color is definitely there. You ought to be able to swallow it, not have it get stuck in your throat. We're going to pause this a little bit more. So you want to be able to see how creamy that's starting to become. I'm going to pour down a little bit more, half and half. Good. Let's take a look, you guys. Let's see how it's coming. Oh yeah. So that's what you want your soup to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transfer this into a saucepan, and I'm going to start to bring it to a boil. The taste is phenomenal. You guys are going to really love this. Alright guys, so if you want to give it that Panera sweet taste, you can add in a little bit of brown sugar. I would say probably with this amount, maybe about a 1/4 cup would be fine. And then also I added in some onion powder, but I'm going to add a little bit more. It tastes good, it just brings the flavor out. And then definitely some Old Bay seasoning. So I'm just going to let this blend in a little bit more. I'm going to add my brown sugar in, just for a little bit of sweetness. It smells so yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm going to get my bowl out. We'll give that a few more minutes and let that start to simmer. So I'm going to go ahead and stir this a little bit more. I'll leave it ready. Just got my ladle here. So we'll go ahead and add a few of those in just to top it off. All right, guys, you ready for me to try it out? Going in. That's amazing. And I think what kicked it off is the Old Bay. Who would ever thunk it, right? It's so good. Oh my goodness. This is really delicious. I love it. It's a winner. Give it a thumbs up, like it, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave us a comment below.